Listen, you own a business and you have kids. Guess what? You can put them on payroll. We're going to talk about that right now on how to put your kids on payroll, an easy tax strategy to help reduce your tax bill and employ your kids. Stay tuned. What's going on, y'all? It's another episode of Minding Your Biz. This is our tax talk segment or clips where we give tax strategies every Friday.
Yeah.
I'm one of your co-hosts, Dr. BlackWealth.
All right. And it's your girl, Miss Fabfinancial, coming at you, sponsored by Financially Lit.
Okay. Sponsorship?
That's right. You know,
Shout out to Financially Lit.
That's right. We out here in these streets.
For the clean sponsorship.
That's right. Let's go. All things financial.
That's right. So, speaking of financially lit, we get these kids financially lit by paying them, right? Easy tax strategy that
it's not that easy.
I think it's simple.
People lack discipline. They're not paying their kids. Now
you got to
do the thing. You got to. Okay, so for the paying the kids strategy.
If you making enough money, you better be.
Okay, so let's talk about the strategy. Let's go. You know it's the shenanigans out here. Okay, so to take advantage of paying your children, two things need to happen, right? First, you really need to have a job description. They need to fit said thing you're paying them for. That's one, right? Second, you actually have to pay them. Transfer the money. Write them a check. Deposit it. It needs to come out of your business account and into something else. It can go into a trust, a savings. It can go into their personal check, something. It needs to come out and be a business expense. Not fake. Not I'm going to just write it off and put it up here and say I did, but I didn't, right? We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Not doing that.
Well,
it has to be a thing. All right. I just want to put that out there.
I agree. You got to do it. So it's not advantageous to do it like inside of an S Corp. If you got it, it's better for you to do it from an LLC perspective because basically the law. So the law says that a parent can pay their child, right? Put them on payroll or pay their child, which helps them avoid the payroll taxes that you're paying, basically. So all the Medicare, all the extra taxes that you got to pay that you get out your check, you don't have to do that when you pay your direct kid. So the best way to do it is to set up, if you got an S Corp or if you got an LLC, you want to set up an LLC, a management company that actually manage the tasks that the kids is doing. So if they doing anything from janitorial, marketing, office admin, paper shredding, or business admin, whatever that looks like. If they licking stamps, you give it a job description, you give it a name, let them actually do it. And then you pay them at the standard deduction rate, which this year is at least 13,000. So that avoids them having to file the taxes altogether. And because they're your kid, you avoid having to pay the extra payroll taxes associated with them. So whatever you pay them, you get to deduct the 13,000. So some people might be like, that's not a lot of money. However, if I could pay my kids 13,000 and not give it to the IRS, that's how I look at it.
Right. No, for
and
sure.
I'd rather do that.
With taxation, and I think, as you guys have watched a couple of our episodes, taxation is a rich man's sport.
Yep.
Right. And so we have to really be good stewards of our money. And a part of that is being responsible for the money that comes in and out. And so a part of paying your children is a tax strategy so that you can divert and put that money back into your household, right? Without necessarily paying it to the IRS. That's a real thing and a strategy people do. So if you feel like that's above you or beneath you, then the tax game is not for you. Then you're going to keep overpaying because you're too lazy and you lack the discipline to do something simple to help you avoid paying taxes.
And you can get help.
Listen, on the lower level, it's really simple. Some of you have businesses that you just started that they've been going on for a few years. A lot of you may have online boutiques. You might have children boutiques. You might have shea butter. You sell lip gloss. Your children could be the models. They're on your Instagram ads. Pay them accordingly. Make it a part of their expenses. That's how you budget. Okay, well, guess what, daughter? I'm going to pay you $500.
I can run social media.
Right.
This day and age.
I'm going to pay you $500. Either you're my social media manager. They on TikTok, Instagram. They on all that. They can either be social media managers. They can also be the models in the clothing. You know what I mean?
So now
pay them accordingly.
Right.
Then guess what you can also do? Teach them how to budget. I'm going to pay you $500 a month. That's how you're going to take care of you. Right?
Real expensive.
Teaching them financial wealth.
All these school field trips.
Listen
I'm
here.
paying for them right now.
You better.
All these school field trips, shirts, field day shirts. They need a shirt for this concert.
$15. I just
like,
paid for something.
Then you get the permission slip on Monday and it's due Wednesday. I'm like,
listen.
Then I gotta go to the ATM.
And they don't take credit.
I'm a little upset, y'all. Don't mind me.
But the point is,
my kids come every day. I need the field trip money.
Be strategic. Be strategic. You know what I'm saying? Be strategic.
Oh my God. All right. So the benefits of it though is just like what you said. First of all, you get a worker. The second thing, how can it benefit the actual kid? If I pay my child $13,000 for the year, right? At least half of that I can set them up in a Roth. So if I do this for, long enough, somebody who's probably capable of doing basic cleaning and administrative tasks is probably a child anywhere between 7 to 10. Right?
I mean, anything. It depends on what your business is. Make it make sense.
But, let's say you starting them at 10, you got between 10 and 20, that's 10 years of like putting money into a retirement account. When they get ready to go to college, when they get ready to be an adult that they have access to or they can contribute to, you get them a bank account. Do a custodial account so you got access to it. The other half could go into helping them get life insurance. And you can do a whole life policy so you can still take advantages of the same thing, right? So being able to get in and out of the cash value in the policy, stuff like that. You can put the savings away for them where, especially once they get to that high school age, they could do what they want to do with their money, right?
My daughter has an assurance plan we got for her when she was little. And at 10...
You mature it up?
Yeah, she can. I think it's almost like 25 grand she could get. I forgot what it is, but they send me a letter. American
you
Family
can
just sent me the letter.
Or keep it and let it grow. Right. So it's plenty of different things that you can do for your kid to be set up financially. But like I said, this is a tax strategy. Right. And like you said, this entrepreneurship period is just a different type of sport that most people don't even know we in the sport. Right. And it's strategy to it. Right. We really playing chess here. That saying we playing chess, not checkers, that really apply to entrepreneurship because every little penny helps you save on taxes, but it's also about the control of what you get to do with your money that you made. Absolutely. And that's where the wealthy stay in power because they listen, I made this money. I'm not going to let the government or this person or that person tell me what I could do with my money. Right. And so now, but the IRS rewards that by going into the tax code with different stuff that you can do, like paying your kids and all the other stuff that we talked about. Right. You can do. So that's how you kind of pay your kids. Well, that's not how that's how you pay your kids. Set up the LLC and do direct from your business to their account. So it shows that you directly pay them. You could issue out W-2s at the end of the year. We know we're doing at $13,000, so we don't have to file it.
That's right.
Right? And so if you hey, I don't have kids, but my sister, my brother and them, I got nieces, nephews, grandkids. Well, you have to make the parents set up the management company, which is what you want to call it, right? To where the kids is employed by the person's parents. So if my sister had kids and I don't have kids, my sister would have to set up her own LLC. I would pay my sister's LLC, and my sister LLC will pay her kids so that you still can take advantage of the deduction. Meaning there's a 1099 transfer from my company to my sister's company, and then there's money being transferred from my sister's company to my kids' account, to her kids' account. Right. And so that's how you set it up. Same scenario if it's grandkid, whoever is the kid, as long as the parent is paying them, because the law says the parent cannot pay the FICO, FICO, all the extra taxes involved in that.
For sure. I hope that makes sense. Or they could be a contractor.
Who could be a contractor?
The child.
For sure, but it has to be. It just got to be from the parent.
Like if I say I'm gonna have my niece, I'm gonna pay her to model my clothes, but she still stays under the standard deduction. She don't have to file taxes, and I don't have to file the 1099 necessarily.
Well, that's a little bit tricky because the 1099.
Because I could write it as contract labor, but I don't have to issue her a 1099, and she don't have to file. If I pay her $10,000,
that's a bit tricky.
Okay,
only
part
because
two. Part two.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I'm not opposing to it, but I know it's a bit tricky.
I mean, because I get as an S corp, as you start making money, you want to do the paper trail. But if I have my niece do my social media and post 2 times a year, and I say I'm gonna pay you $10,000,
the only thing is if she's a contractor, then we would have to if you pay them over $400, you got to report the 1099, no matter who it is.
I mean,
so the kids being on payroll, they're actually on like W-2. That's how they avoid the payroll taxes, right? Right. But if you hire your niece or nephew as a contractor, then they 1099, they gotta pay them taxes on that. They gotta report that income.
My niece that's
on 1099,
a minor,
right?
Only if I issue it,
right? But you're supposed to issue it.
I mean, all right.
But I mean, look, hey, the beauty about taxes is, look, you come up with something that's ordinary or necessary.
I mean, you're supposed to. I mean, but if I don't issue her a 1099, it's not the end of the world.
For sure.
Because I am still showing that I'm paying her the money.
Right.
I don't get it's no penalty.
Okay.
We got to look at that section code. I don't know the section code. If I get audited and they say you didn't issue this 1099, what's the penalty?
The penalty will be you get a late filing penalty for not filing the 1099. Plus you won't get the deduction if you try to write it off on your taxes.
But it is my deduction. They can't withhold my deduction. We're gonna always support for that. I paid this woman. That's an expense from my business.
But then you gotta issue the 1099 for them to file it.
I forgot.
That's fine.
All right.
Get this late penalty.
It's not late. Don't pay us no mind. Pay your kids.
Y'all, pay your kids.
1099. But somewhere in there, what's the penalty?
Listen, I'm with you now. If you want to toe the line, I'm ready. However, I'm gonna still tell you what the law
No, we just messing.
But that's the beauty. Good way to bring that up though, because that's the beauty about the tax game, right? Y'all just seen. I don't even know if there's a resolve with the Beyonce situation, but the IRS is going to try to. You can go back and forth.
They're going to push it. And you got to be ready.
They don't know
to support your stand.
You just got to stand your ground.
If I didn't issue the 1099, but I paid it. Look, it came out of my business account it went to this woman's account.
For sure.
What smoke you got? What you gonna do? I paid her. Yeah. That's a legal expense for my business.
Because it works on both ends. Because technically, all income is reportable, so she should be able to report the income.
But she a minor and it's under the standard deduction.
Well, hey, you probably got a good argument there. Cool. So pay your kids, y'all. We broke it down. Meet with your tax advisor, your tax strategist.
No situation is the same.
Right.
Don't say, well, I heard on Minding Your Biz.
Yeah.
Nobody got to pay. I don't have to report it.
That's why we got disclaimers.
Every situation is different.
We are not your fiduciary.
It's just food for thought. Think about it. You have options. That's all.
For sure. All right, we'll see y'all in the next Friday episode, y'all. Don't forget to keep minding your biz. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell.
That's right.
Talk to us.
Ding, ding.
Peace. See you later.